Okay, I believe we should be live now. Huh. How's it going, everyone? My name is Mitchell Mander, and welcome to my live stream. Today we're going to be covering Pokemon Horizons episode 74 with viewers. So, yeah, talking about Pokemon Horizons episode 74, what might be one of the biggest episodes of the series so far. And that's not even counting what's going to possibly happen in next week's episode, which might even be even bigger for how we're going to view the series moving forward. So, how was this episode? Well, before we actually kind of delve into the actual episode, I just want to give a little bit of a heads up to what to expect when it comes to these streams, especially if you're someone that's new to the channel. You're coming across the stream for the first time. Usually I give it about 5-ish minutes at the start of the stream for people to jump in here and join the chat. Then I give my thoughts on the episode, a summary of the episode, I'll assign a rating of to the episode, and then give it over to the chat, and then we talk about whatever from there on out. This time around, however, we have a ton to discuss when it comes to this episode because, yeah, as I mentioned earlier, this was, and you can tell by the title, yes, we got some major lore dumps here and revelations here regarding Liko, her family, Lucius, Ristal, the explorers, like, oh my gosh. And it doesn't stop there, because next week we're probably going to find out how pretty much where we got to now, which is just crazy. So, yeah. There's that. Another thing I would like to quickly mention here is the music you hear in the background is from the Video Game Study Lounge stream from Game Chops. Link in the description. Usually listen to it when I'm, reading, working out. I'm at work. I need something to distract me from the workday, or just listening to it in general. It's pretty cool. It's lo-fi remixes of video game music along with some originals. So, check it out sometime. Okay. Anywho, we already got 7 people here. Oh my goodness. What's up, y'all? We already have. Am I seeing it correctly? We have 5 likes already? Wow. That's amazing, guys. Can we get this up to 10 likes? If you haven't liked it already, you should probably do so. But anyways, going to the chat. What's up, Poke fan? Let's go. Today's going to be a big one. Yeah, for sure. This is one of 2 streams for me, but this stream in particular is going to be one of the biggest ones for a live discussion, because good lord, do we have a lot to discuss here. Fizz, what's up? How's it going? Hey man. Very lore heavy. I liked your last video about the new episode titles, and I have a few speculations due to this episode. Nice. Well, thank you for joining here. I appreciate it. The more the merrier, I say. Right? I did make a slight error in my previous video, though. I will say this, and I didn't even realize it until Thomas pointed out that Why Not technically debuted in Hoenn, but considering the fact that Wobbuffet is Johtomon, we'll just, for all intents and purposes, consider Why Not retconned as a Johtomon. My bad. I am surprised Liko actually knocked out Arcanine. I'm gonna get to it in a moment, but all I'll say for now is I don't want to hear anybody calling Liko weak anymore. About how she just kept losing in Terrestrial Course. Those losses literally built her up, and look at her now. She actually is capable of taking on her grandma. So, yeah. So just gonna get this dumb thing out of the way. When I watched the episode live yesterday, someone said in chat, Liko cheated and didn't deserve to win. Someone's mad. Yeah. You're going to get those people, because they're going to look at it and be like, oh, look at her, she lost all the time previously, but suddenly she can beat her grandma, who's, like, super strong? Bro, did you not, like, watch Terrestrial Course? The character is clearly developed, to the point where everybody knows that they're pretty capable trainers now. So, like I said, I don't want to hear anybody call Liko weak going forward, because if she can beat her grandma, who has a clear type advantage and is a veteran trainer, then yeah, she ain't weak. Also, the new segments in the opening. Also, I mean, you're not wrong about Johto. Like, Kitakami is speculated to be next to Johto. Yeah, I don't know if we got confirmation on where Kitakami is exactly, but yeah, it's somewhere in the same vicinity of those original 4 regions. Yo, Animal Newbie, what's up? How you doing? Welcome in. Guy in the YouTube comments finally stopped complaining for now, but he made it very clear she's still on thin ice, so expect some nasty comments from him. Yeah, I'm just gonna make a recommendation. Like, if you see those people and they're gonna be like that, I would recommend not acknowledging them. Just let them rant on their own. After a while, they'll give up. Because, you know, they're set in their own ways, but secretly they probably really enjoy the series, so just saying. Maybe not, I don't know. Now she deserves it because it shows her growth, like she uses her whips like Roy, Dot, and Liko. All 3 have their own battle style, and Liko shows her own battle style. That is true, and I'm liking their battle style so far. How are you? I'm doing pretty good, just chilling, relaxing. Doing stream 1 of 2 today, so got another one coming up later today. So fun stuff. I'll give it another minute, and then I'm gonna start giving my summary of this episode, and I'm just gonna preface this. It's gonna be quite a bit of a summary because we have a lot to discuss here. So if I go on for a little bit, that's why. And if I do miss anything, if you want to, in the chat, you can kind of back me up. Because there was kind of a lot going on in this episode to the point where I almost felt like jotting down notes. Honestly, Nico's being so yo-yo heavy gives me Spidey vibes. Yeah, true. I hope one day Pokemon had a mechanic where we can do our own battle style like in the anime, because they almost, with Legends, was strong and agile style. Yeah, that's true. That'd be cool. Maybe they'll do it in Legends, in the Legends series. When's the Genshin Impact stream? Probably Monday. I would have done it yesterday, but I was extra tired. And I'm doing 2 streams today, so I figured I'd just push it to Monday, and we'll just be doing Chaska's story quest. So, for right now, we're doing this, and then later we're doing Mario Party. Anywho, I'll give it. Monday is a work day. I'm sorry. It's just, couldn't really help it. But, anyways, I'll give it another minute here. We'll start around the 10-minute mark. The episode 75 preview gives a lot more to be speculating. Yep, we'll be doing that after we cover episode 74, because there's stuff to talk about with that one. But, yeah. I guess I'll watch it afterwards. Gotcha. Thanks for the support, though. As for my thoughts, definitely 9 out of 10, so much lore. We got the obvious confirmation that Lucius was married to Bristol and they're related to Liko. Who would have seen that coming? I'm like, yeah. I was gonna say, like, that is like the the plot twist of a century. I totally didn't see that coming. It's not like we all kind of like predicted this all. I kind of didn't really want Bristol to be Lucius's wife, but yeah, it was kind of too obvious, I suppose. Okay, I'm not gonna delay it any further just because we'll be here all day if I don't actually do my summary. So if you don't mind, everyone, I'm gonna do my summary for this episode, and then when I'm done, I will get caught back up on the chat. So hopefully I'm able to keep up today. So let me, before I get started here, just turn the music down slightly. Is Matt home? Actually, before I get started here, I guess Matt's gonna walk in, and I don't want to start, and then Matt walks in, and I get interrupted here. So get ready to say hi to him, by the way. At least I'm pretty sure that was him pulling in. Or that was my neighbor. For me, it's an 8 out of 10. Like, so much lore, Liko's development. Like, the only thing that's missing, it's like I wish the animation were a bit more better, at least the Trastle scene. Yeah. Finally proved that Liko definitely owns Terrapagos in a sense because of generational hand-me-down Pokemon. Since that pendant. Yep. I called it. I knew it was you that pulled in. Everything good?
Yeah, just a lot of stuff.
Okay. I'll let you get on through and then I'll continue my stream.
Yeah, I got myself in the dryer, so.
Oh, yep. You do that. When Matt comes up, I'll have you all say hi to him. I was wondering when he'd be getting home. Well, in the meantime, while we are waiting before I do my summary, see that we got 9 people here. What's up, y'all? If you could do me a favor and hit that like button, I would definitely appreciate it. And obviously, if you've done that so already, you've done your part. And also, make sure to vote in the poll above. Let's get as many votes as possible up in here. Currently sitting at 8 votes, and 10-9 is winning, but someone voted lower than 5? Really? Also, I saw on Twitter that Liko having an Oshawott design makes so much sense because she's the 5th generation of her family line. Really? I never noticed that. Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
I gotta make my coffee real quick.
Alright. I'll let you do that and then I will carry on.
You can carry on, just ignore me.
I kind of need to concentrate. But yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I have not watched this series, so I just did that. Okay. It's a pretty good series. You should check it out sometime. At least Pokemon series. We just chill here and listen to lo-fi remixes of video game music. It's pretty cool. I mean, was Ash better than her? I mean, it's a brand new series, so kind of gotta, develop the characters that are just starting out. Love how Liko just casually was like, oh, by the way, I have Explorer's information, and everyone was like, hey, don't be pulling a Freed on us. Yeah, I agree. She definitely is taken after Freed in that regard. The animations are crazy, yeah. It's pretty pretty good for the most part. Usually they have a episode towards the end of each arc that they're telling that's pretty well animated. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get started here with the summary. So, I'll get caught back up in the chat when I'm done with my summary. So, just a preference there. So, if I don't don't read the chat, that's why. So, I'll get caught up. Ash is not in the series, by the way. Anyways, so, starting with this episode, it begins where last week's episode ended off with the revelation that Diana has arrived in Kitakami. So, she's here. She has information on Lucius and the Explorers. But before we actually get to said information, she wants to test Liko out, as she knows that all the kids, their Pokemon have evolved to their mid-stage evolution. So, she wants to test Liko. So then we get Liko versus Diana, where she says she's not going to hold back, which is kind of funny because the first part of this battle she technically holds back. But the whole time, Florigato is actually doing pretty good against Arcanine, despite the type disadvantage, that Florigato has versus Arcanine. And before I go any further, this lo-fi remix is the first time I've heard it, and it is amazing. Anyways, moving back on. So things are seemingly going good for Liko until Diana gets super fired up and then whips out Flare Blitz and nearly takes out Florigato, because pretty much at that point one hit would probably just take it out. But it was trying to attack. Florigato manages to counter and use Sucker Punch, which seemingly hits its mark. But the twist here is that Diana was actually doing this on purpose. How did she know that Liko had a Dark type move with Florigato? Because Arcanine has a Justified ability, so it causes any Dark move attacks to increase its power. Right?
Yeah.
Yep, Matt knows. But, anywho. So, now Florigato is at an even bigger disadvantage as a result. So, it's not looking good, so Liko ends up terrestrializing Florigato. And, now it's kind of down to the wire, but, what Liko does here is actually pretty smart, where she attacks, Arcanine's paws, which actually trips it over, and it manages to defeat Arcanine, winning the battle, officially beating her grandma. I like the fact that Diana is actually complimenting Liko and showing that she's not just randomly attacking anymore, which, it's been quite a bit since the last time Liko has seen her grandma, or Diana's seen Liko, so it makes sense that Liko has progressed a lot, especially throughout the terrestrial course. And like I said earlier, I do not want to hear anybody diss on Liko, because she definitely has improved, and she might have lost a lot in terrestrial course arc, but she has definitely improved. Those losses caused her to get stronger, and look at her, she's strong enough to take on her grandma now, who was in their previous exchange, it was her and Roy versus her grandma, and the goal was to actually land an attack on Arcanine. Well, look at it now. Florigato literally beats Arcanine, so quite a bit of improvement there. So, yeah, I approve of this victory. It was a good one. So.
I didn't want to interrupt your little spiel, but I got donuts. There's 2 of each, so help yourself.
All right, in a little bit. Thank you, though. Okay. Where was I at? So, now that we got the battle portion of the episode down, which was a pretty good part, I will say that was a pretty good section of the episode. However, the rest of the episode is where things get really juicy. because this is where Diana's like, all right, I'm just gonna reveal everything that I know, that I've learned. Apparently, the whole time that we've been, we went back to Paldea, and we did the Terrestrial course, and then we went to Kitakami. That entire time, Diana was just traveling around the world, going to places where Lucius visited, and was trying to dig up information on him. And after some time, she actually got said information. So she goes to Paldea to track down Liko, and her mom's like, yeah, they're out in Kitakami now. So she goes to Kitakami and finds them. So, yeah, this woman, Diana, she is something else. So we've learned quite a few things right here. That's pretty interesting. So we learned that when she was traveling back in the day with Hamber, which is the butler for the explorers, they were friends, but then like apparently a year before the current events was when she ran into her old buddy again, and he's now part of a mysterious organization called the Explorers, which has clearly not so good intentions with the pendant, aka Terrapagos. And she was very confused about this, because Lucius is actually revealed to be the founder of the Explorers. So that was the first big shock here. So Lucius was actually the founder of the Explorers, not Gibeon. So she was kind of shocked by that. And interesting enough, has a significant amount of time passed, because this apparently took place a year earlier. So it was after this event that she got word to her mom, and they hired the Rising Voltaculars to protect Liko. So has like almost a year passed in this series? Maybe not quite a year, but has some time passed? Because that's interesting. I know in episode 1 there's a clear time skip where it shows that they were in school, and then Liko stays behind while Anne goes back home. So that could account for some time there. But yeah, it does appear that some time has passed in the series. Anywho, moving on from that, we also learn about the explorers learn about Gibeon. We actually see an old picture of Lucius, Bristol, and Gibeon, and the rest of the team doesn't know anything about Gibeon besides obviously Diana and Liko. And Liko mentions, "Oh yeah, I heard about that when I was stuck in that cave." So they're like, "Oh hey, you were like withholding information from us?" Liko's like, yeah." Like, "Oh yeah, you're picking up after Freed's bad habits." But also Freed was aware that Diana was going around exploring, looking for stuff too. So that was also interesting. But then we also learn a few other things. We learn about after that we learn about Gibeon a little bit more. It turns out that he actually is a board chair in the company Exceed, which is the company that obviously is in the anime original, but is in the Paldea region. Then we find out that they're doing research on Recurium. Seems like Mr. Gibeon was involved with that. And everybody's shocked that Freed actually used to work there. They're like, "Hey, you never told us about this." So, they seemingly come to the conclusion. They come to a few conclusions here, but I think the main thing is they realize that Gibeon is clearly after the Recurium. Like, they're like, "Oh, Recurium, that must be from Recua." So, and we find out that it causes strange effects on Pokemon. Obviously, we saw that with Umbreon. So, seems like Gibeon's goal potentially could be harnessing the power of Recurium. He's going to Recua to get Recurium, which could be something that's maybe sinister. Maybe not with Gibeon so much, but I get the feeling that Spinel might actually might be the one to plan something sinister here. Maybe using it on like a mass scale or something is what I'm thinking. I guess we can theorize that for later, but yeah, it seems like they're looking for Recurium for not so good reasons. Another thing that's interesting to point out is Lucius, Gibeon, and Bristol, as we learned, is part of the original Explorer team. they did their adventures 100 years before the present time. They also come to the conclusion. Liko mentions that Amethio is Gibeon's grandson, but they come to the conclusion that he would seem to be too old to be Amethio's grandfather. He'd have to be a little bit older than that. So it's making me start to question whether Gibeon is actually Amethio's grandfather, or maybe he's been lied to. But who knows? Also, Gibeon is clearly still alive, so there's still a mystery behind that as well. But we learned quite a bit about all that's going on, so yeah, there might be something else there, but that's a story for a different day. But the main conclusion we come to is that they bring up Ristle is brought up, and Liko's like, oh yeah, we know about Ristle. Diana's a little surprised about that, but we learned about Ristle obviously through Cleavor and its visions of Lucius. So that's when Liko is like, hey, let's go to the crystal pool, because the crystal pool you can the rumor is you can talk to the dead. So they all head to the crystal pool, and here comes the lore dump, another massive lore dump here. So they go to the crystal pool, they manage to pool their feelings together, and they summon Ristle, who is holding a little baby. So some more reveals here, and also the hero Pokemon also pop out as well. And she's a little shocked. She's like, oh yeah, hey, you guys are okay. I'm glad. And they talk for a little bit, and we find out a few things. We find out obviously that Ristle is Lucius's wife, and that we got that confirmed. The other big thing confirmed here is that baby is their daughter, Lucius and Bristol's daughter, Layla, which happens to be Diana's mother's name. So that would mean that Ristle and Lucius are Diana's grandfather and grandmother, which means that Lucius is Liko's great-great-grandfather, and Ristle is Liko's great-great-grandmother. So that's crazy. Another thing that's also interesting here is that Terapagos is revealed to not be Lucius's Pokemon after all. We thought it was Lucius's Pokemon, however, it turns out it was actually Ristle's Pokemon. So, yeah. We kind of end up... I like how the episode ended with Liko realizing, oh crap, Lucius is my great-great-grandfather. I also like that Ristle got kind of offended when they basically called her, like, oh yeah, you're my grandma, and that means you're my great-great. And she's like, hey, I'm not old. I might have been summoned to the future, but I ain't old. But yeah, oh boy. So yeah, that pretty much was where the episode ends. So next week's episode, we'll talk about that later. But as for this episode, this one, in my opinion, was a very solid episode. This is easily my favorite episode of the Rayquaza Rising arc so far. Very solid episode. Very much enjoyed it. The battle between Liko and Diana, even though getting all this information, it kind of felt like an afterthought. After all that, I still think that it was a very good battle. It shows Liko's growth really well. The fact of the matter is she can actually, take on her grandma. It shows that she's capable, Roy's capable, Dot's capable. Their training, it bore fruit. So they are definitely able to hold their own nowadays. So that's good. More confirmation that they have grown a lot. But for all this information, it is really good information. So we're finally getting a lot of things revealed about the series. And we're going to get even more so next week, because we'll probably learn about what happened between the three original explorers. Like, how did they split up? Because we know something happened. Lucius probably got stuck in Raccour or something like that. Seems like Gibeon wasn't too happy about the order of events either. So something clearly happened, and we're going to be learning about what happened in next week's episode. So, yeah. I'd say for this episode, I don't know if I'd call it like a 10 out of 10 episode, but like I'd say this is like a solid 9 out of 10 episode. Like, I very much enjoyed this episode. Very important for the series. Definitely you need to check this one out. Yeah, I'm like super excited for next week's episode. I might even try to wake up early and see if I can like try to watch it early. Because, yeah, this one was a very lore-heavy episode and very important episode for the series moving forward. And next week's episode is going to be even more important. So, I'm very satisfied with this one. I'm very satisfied with the story so far. I feel like this is the most unique story we've had ever for the Pokemon anime. And I love it. I do have some issues here and there, but I am overall enjoying this series. And I like it when we get these surprises here and there. So for right now, I'd say 9 out of 10. Anyways, time to get caught back up on chat, because I literally have been going on for a little bit here. So let me get caught back up, y'all. Now, with the reveal of the Explorers, the connection with Exceed that has been mentioned in the OP segment with Freed, I'm curious what else more to Freed we have left. I don't know. We'll be figuring some stuff out here soon. It makes me think, okay, I guess I'll get into that point later, but like just briefly, I did see the 3 legendary beasts. So I'm wondering if we're gonna see Suicune and Raikou too, along with Entei. So there's that, and Gita is apparently showing off, and their Glamora is also showing off as well. So I believe that Gita is going to be making an appearance sometime during this arc as well. Maybe we'll be tying in the Exceed, because we're probably going to have to go back there and get some more info from Exceed, because yeah, clearly there's more to Exceed than meets the eye. Yesterday I joked with my friend about how if the ship didn't have a barrier, we would have Arcanine would have been soaring. Forget Terra types, we're about to get our first fire flying Arcanine. Yeah. That barrier is like super powerful. Its face paint planting into the barrier was hilarious. Yeah. Might go return before Ash does. Oh, hi, Tiana Jones. How you doing? Welcome in. I don't. As of right now, I'm thinking no to both, but we'll see. Attack +1, dark per dark type hit until max +6. Yep. Bro, what do you think? Is Ash still powerful? Yeah. He is a world champion, but that's irrelevant to this this episode, though. Sucker Punch. I like the time advancement. It makes things feel natural. Yep, I do too. I'm liking it. Also, Lucius found the Explorers. Isn't that shocking, honestly? Him and Bristol obviously wanted something way different than Gibeon and his crew. Yeah, I'm curious to see what Gibeon's ambitions are. Like, what he really wants. Like, what he wants the current version of the Explorers to... Like, what's their ultimate goal? I swear if they pull an Owl House and Amethio is a clone of Gibeon or one of his descendants, then him and Hunter will have so much more in common. I really hope that Amethio is not like a clone or whatever. That would be an insane reveal if that were the case. I'm just wondering if there's more to that, because they came to the conclusion like, hey, Gibeon is too old to be Amethio's grandson. There's got to be something else here, and they're just like, hey, what? How's this guy still around? I'm wondering if the Requiem is like keeping him alive or something. Gotta just get some more info on Requiem. I always thought Lucius didn't own Terrapagos. Oh, gotcha. Also, really quick about the upcoming future. I'm happy we're getting Entei and not Gouging Fire. Others, meanwhile, oof, they mad. Yeah, yeah, they pretty much killed that, especially in this episode. They've shown off Entei, so like, the only way we're getting like Gouging Fire is if they like fell into like a time portal or something. They went into an old, like, went back in time, like, oh, that's what Entei used to look like back in the day. Millions of years ago. Where was Gita shown? A special preview? She's in the opening. They added some scenes with her in the Legendary Beast in the opening. I was gonna say, you can see it in the, I have it in the background of the video here. It's among my on my images that are flashing across the screen. Somebody has a theory that actually makes sense. Lucius caught Entei, obviously. Ristel got Suicune and Gideon got Raikou. That would make some sense. Maybe we'll learn more in the next episode. I think Gideon got jealous because Ristel liked Lucius instead of him. Fresh Hook Robot. Hey, how's it going? Welcome in. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it does feel like Gideon's like third wheel here, but yeah. I get the feeling that Lucius disappeared before meeting his like family. Like obviously Ristel must have been, pregnant with Layla. And I'm guessing Lucius never met Layla. Because another thing, too, is that Diana is just shocked that Lucius and Ristel are, like, her grandparents. It's like she never knew about them. So maybe Layla, like, her mother didn't tell her anything. But, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense because, like, they had the pendant there. Diana found it when she was a little kid, so... I don't know. It's just a little kind of strange. It's like, hey, how did you not know this? They had to have been withholding stuff. Family drama. Yeah. There's got to be a reason why. We might learn in next week's episode, too. So, going into the next episode, I guess we can talk about episode 75 next. Like I said, this was a very important episode for Pokemon Horizons moving forward. But next week's episode is going to be even more important. Because we're getting, the backstory of the 3 explorers, and Ristel's going to tell us probably what exactly happened. We're going to probably learn it right now. I can tell from that preview that we're going to get some important information. So, we'll be learning that, so that's good. We'll probably maybe learn about... what caused the rift between Lucius, Ristel, and Gideon. So there's possibly that. We might get a little bit of insight there. Maybe what happened, like, maybe she knows about the explorer, like, not the explorers. Maybe she knows about the hero Pokemon, because, like, when she saw the 4 of them, she's like, oh, hey, you guys are okay. She's like, oh, I'm glad you guys are okay. So something clearly happened. So we'll be learning all these details in next week's episode. So, and I think that once whatever we learn in next week's episode is going to pretty much carry on the story going forward. Moving on from here. I'm also wondering about Terapagos, too. Because it was Bristol's Pokemon, so it essentially, you know, can be passed down to, like, her descendants. So wouldn't Liko, you know, rightfully own Terapagos now? No, through heritage? Through her heritage? So maybe that maybe the opening of her catching Terapagos, maybe that wasn't maybe that was just a huge spoiler. The only thing about it is I'm not the biggest fan of her catching Terapagos after all this time. But like I guess it makes sense if it's, you know, from her family anyway, so I don't know. I just wonder what's going to happen when at the end of the series. Like, is Terapagos going to stay, or is it going to go with the hero Pokemon? Which my assumption is it's going to stay in Rikua, but who knows? Major spoiler for next week. Pokefan cameo in the background. What? Oh my gosh, you actually made it into the show? How did you do it? Honestly, can't wait to see what happens on their adventures. Yep, that's what I've been saying for a bit, and it's definitely Hermon through getting passed down. So yeah, I like how people are like, oh, you know, Liko could catch this Pokemon for her third Pokemon. It could be this, it could be that, you know. But all along, it was Terapagos. So, will Roy and Dot catch a new Pokemon? Or will Roy just get Rayquaza? I mean, if he gets Rayquaza, it's just like it's game over at that point. Might as well just have him just storm the the Explorer's main hideout and be like, yeah, what are you gonna do? What you gonna do? I got Rayquaza. He's level 1000. Come at me, bro. Roy becomes the strongest trainer in the world instantly. But in all seriousness, yeah, I'm curious to see because if Liko's getting Terapagos, like what's next for Roy and Dot if they're gonna get another Pokemon? If is the big question. That being said, I am still pretty curious because we got the rest of this year. This episode, obviously, episode 75 is going to be a big one. Then we have the 3 episodes in December that we know of. I am trying to figure out what's exactly going to happen, you know, where exactly we're going. Like I said in my video the other day, it's kind of hard to pinpoint, you know, what exactly is going on in these episodes. But, like, I feel like we're going to Johto, but that might be incorrect. Who knows? It's, until we get, like, official, like, a confirmation, kind of hard to say, but I wouldn't be surprised if we got, like, a new poster here. I still feel like Roy's going to need Lucius and Rayquaza's consent for the capture, because realistically, him taking it is Pokemon theft, no question asked, since Rayquaza ain't wild. And that's true. Well, Lucius is kind of just stuck in Rikua. He'll be like, yeah, technically, you know, this is past my time, so, like, here you go. You can have it. Writers, please make King Gambit her ace, not Glamora. As much as that would be good, I don't know, man. We already had King Gambit in the anime in that one gag episode. In Terrestrial, of course. So I don't know. Maybe she does. She has one. But Glimmer is kind of being shown because it's a Pokemon that we haven't seen in the anime before, so there's that. You gotta show it off the new Mons. And she has that one, so I guess it makes sense. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Anyways, Shiny King Gambit to make it distinct. I mean, they could. Okay. Trying to think. Pretty much went through a lot of what I was going to say. I mean, there's a lot to talk about here, just because of all the stuff that got revealed. But what I was trying to get at is, like, I feel like after Entei, we got all the heroes. So it's like, what are we doing for the remainder of this arc? I mean, it's Rayquaza Rising, so are we going to get Rayquaza by the end of it? Like, the final episode, that's a possibility for the final episode of this arc. But I feel like with the Legendary Beast obviously being shown in the opening, and then Gita being shown, it makes me think we're going to be back in Paldea. And I feel like we got some business to take care of with Exceed. Maybe she is familiar with Exceed and she goes with us or something like that. Got any thoughts, guys? Or is she just going to be there to be like, oh, I'll take you to Area 0 or whatever. Though I feel like Area 0 is still a little ways away. I wonder if we're getting the Paldea League. Only thing I can think of Gita being present in the intro and her telling Liko to join last season. I don't know. I feel like that would be like the end of the series kind of thing, where like Liko, like, she'll enter the league, but like it's like the end of the series where it shows her kind of going through it or whatnot. I don't know. It's hard to say. I just feel like the story of the series is kind of like focused on this, and that's the main thing that Horizons is telling us. It's telling the story of obviously Liko, Roy, Dot, Rising Bull Tacklers, Explorers, like all this stuff. I feel like that's kind of the main focus of the series. And I feel like when, we complete this, we get, Terapagos and the others to Rakua. We figure out the mystery behind, like, obviously whatever we learn in next week's episode, like, we unravel the mysteries behind Lucius, the Explorers and stuff like that, and then we deal with the Explorers and stop them or whatever. Because it's pretty clear that, I don't know necessarily it's Gibeon, but I get the feeling that Spinel is going to take advantage of the Requiem or whatever. And he's going to be like the main villain at the end. I wouldn't be surprised if like Gibeon, doesn't seem like he has noble reasons for going to Rakua, but like he might have different purposes for the Requiem. Like maybe he's doing it to, preserve himself or something like that. That's what's keeping him alive. I mean, we don't know like the Requiem is still a mystery for the most part. We just know the effects, what it does to Pokemon. But we don't know if there's any other potential effects with it. Like, does it keep Gibeon alive or what? We don't know. But I feel like Spinel and Agate might be like in-game villains for the series, and they might, instead of like Gibeon using it for to keep himself alive or something like that. I'm just saying this is all hypothetical, so maybe Gibeon is doing this so that he can actually truly find Lucius, and then he has other like reasons behind it, like keeping them alive or something. Whereas Spinel over here, decides he wants to like take over the world or something. I know it's generic, but he sees Verkurium and sees what it does, and he's like, hey, what if I can like get a bunch of this from Rakua and produce it or something, produce a bunch of it, and then release it on the entire world. I'm like, doing something like that would literally throw the world into chaos. Literally, like the entire world, like all Pokemon, like being under that, hypnotized by or not hypnotized, but taken in the Verkurium, cause them to go wild, and they just start attacking their trainers. Like that's like a crazy thing. Like I wouldn't put that behind Spinel though. It's clear that they have ulterior motives, like against like Gibeon and the others. They're trying to do their own thing, so they got rid of Amethio for that reason, so that he doesn't interfere. So obviously that's all speculation because we still don't know what exactly their end goal is, but like I kind of got away from my main point, but the main point is I feel like the story of Horizon is focused solely on this. I mean, is there stuff for outside stuff like Blueberry Academy or like the Terrestrial Course or something like that? Of course. But like when it comes to like maybe Liko joining like the Paldea League or whatever and like going through the gym challenge, it makes me think that like that's going to be something she decides at the end of the series where she's like, hey, this is what I want to do now. I've now that I've done this, I think I'm going to enter the Paldea League or something like that. And then we see like some scenes of her competing or whatever. And it's up to our interpretation whether she ends up winning or not. I know that people might not like that, but like I feel like that is a strong possibility of happening. If they actually showed it, that'd be cool, but like what about Roy and Dot? Like what are their goals at the very end of the series too? Like post the main plot, Like is Roy gonna keep traveling on his own, go on his own journey, or is Dot gonna like become the #1 streamer in the world as Nido thing? I don't know. But yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see kind of where we go from here. I guess once we get further into Rayquaza Rising and like get past this arc, we'll get an idea of kind of where things are going from here. Because my assumption is as we go into 2025, we're pretty much approaching the final year of the series. Not saying Horizon's gonna end in 2025, but like Horizon started in April 2023, so if this is a 3-year series, then April 2026 is when it will end. If that's the case, we're more than halfway done with the series. So, yeah. Sorry I went into a whole thing there, so. Let me get back to chat here. That's what I'm thinking of. Theory. Gibeon intentionally trapped Lucius and Rakua and has a petty vengeance thing, leaving him and the hero Mons and Ristle behind. I could see that. So just Chemical R from Detective Pikachu. I know we already had that, so doing it again. I mean, yeah. I haven't watched that movie in a long time, so I kind of forgot about that. All right, Pokefan. Sorry, I went on for too long there. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and hope to see you in the next one. Obviously, next episode, the next week's stream is going to be another big one, so hope to see you there. Florigato, hey, how's it going? How are you doing? Yeah, and if anyone out, we got like 11 people here. What's going on, y'all? If anyone wants to jump in and chat with me, go right ahead. We're pretty much at pretty much open forum at this point, so If you want to chat, do so. If you're here just lurking, that's fine. You know, hi lurkers. Hope you're all doing well. Just remember to hit the like button and make sure you're voting in the poll. Currently we got 14 votes. Let's see if we can get some more. Can we get some more likes up in here? Maybe get to 15 likes before the stream ends? That'd be cool. 3 more. That's good, Florgato. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Got any thoughts on this episode? Jeez, I didn't realize that almost an hour has passed. Oh, I made some drawings in my account so you can see it if you want. I even made a shadow drawing. It is an awesome and shadow drawing is an awesome and good episode. You mean on your on your YouTube channel? Is that what you mean? I'll have to see if I can check it out sometime. But yeah, this was an awesome and good episode. Gotcha. Yeah, I'll check it out sometime. Okay. Anywho, thanks if you have the time. Yeah, I'll take a look at it later. Yeah. 2 more likes to 15. But I've pretty much said all I've pretty much wanted to say for the stream. If anybody out, like obviously Florgato, you're here. What's up? If you guys want to still keep talking here, just let me know. Like I said, I'm pretty much went through everything I wanted to discuss today. So, if you guys got anything else for me, just let me know. Yeah, I'm making an animation of tails waving, so yeah, nice. That's cool. Flip a clip? Nice. Also, looks like we're up to 15 votes. Nice, people. 10-9 still winning, but 2 people voted for lower than 5. Dang. Okay. Anything else, guys? So remember, the floor is yours now, because we have been streaming for an hour now. I couldn't join the other streams because I was busy with school and also animation. No, you're good. You're good. You know, join when you can. I know I always like to try and get as many people as possible up in here. But, you know, if you're busy with stuff, that's fine, you know. You know, life happens. But yeah, it's always a pleasure having everybody here. We have a good time here, so just chilling, listening to some video game lo-fi music, remixes, and you know, talking about Pokemon Horizons. So that's the whole point. It's what we do here, you know. Try to have a good time. Talk about whatever. I might actually go get that donut that Matt said he bought. But yeah, wow, we still got more people showing up. How's it going, y'all? Do me a favor, if you haven't already, again, hit that like button. Let's try to get to 15 likes before the stream ends. And also cast your vote. What would you rate this episode? Episode 74, Pokemon Horizons. Alright, I'm gonna... there's something I just clipped here. There we go. Hold on. Sorry, I'm a fan of Sonic, so sorry for that, but I really love the part of Florgato getting a win after a while. No, you're fine. You're fine. Like, we talk about Horizons here, but we occasionally will talk about other stuff too, so you're good. You're good. No worries. It's open forum, so as long as it's, you know, appropriate for chat, we're good. And yes, I agree. Florgato getting the win here was really good. Really good for Liko's development. And again, as I said earlier, this is the third time I mentioned this. I don't want to hear any Liko slander. People make fun of her for losing a lot during Terrestrial Course, but those losses bore fruit because she went from like standing no chance against Diana back the last time we saw her, back in episode 34, I think, to now actually beating her. So, yep, that's some good character development there. Yo, what's up?
Let's get more donuts.
I'm gonna get one after things in here.
Alright, you're good.
That is mean for her. Yeah, but you know, some people, you know, just don't like her for some reason. You know how it goes. Even saw a comment if Liko being a bad battler or something. Most of the Liko haters just want Ash back, let's be real. Yeah, I don't want to like start a war here, but like that is partially why, yeah. Like, dude, she's not a bad battler. Did you actually watch the series and watch from like the first episode till now? she goes from being a noob trainer in the beginning to actually, being fairly competent. Literally everybody's noticing that. Like, of the kids, they're like, oh, you guys are actually, like, using strategy. Oh, you guys are actually, really good. Freed's noticing it. Even Freed's impressed by it. So, like, yeah, they're all capable. Liko basically proved to everyone that she is a competent trainer now. So I said I don't want to hear any Liko slander anymore, because she ain't weak. I think this is Metroid music. Yeah. Anywho, we are over an hour into the stream now. Usually, these streams are usually, like, intended to last any time between an hour and a half, so... Now that we've reached this point, do you guys have anything else for me before we wrap things up here? Again, it's open forum, so the floor is yours. Give you another minute here as I just hang out and chill, listening to the music here in the background. Don't know how else to describe it, but I'm just vibing over here, chilling and listening to these lo-fi beats. I really love the new posters for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Me too. I am very excited for this movie. I will be seeing it on the day it comes out, which I think is December 20th. So, yeah. We're going to have a good time seeing the movie. It's less than a month away, too. I think it's only 4 weeks, less than 4 weeks away. Time flies. This year's gone by fast. Okay, for my date it is December 25th, and I'm going to turn 11 on December 16th. Oh! Well, happy birthday. Well, happy early birthday. Yep. Cool. Okay, well, since we're kind of approaching the end of the stream here, I think I'm gonna wrap things up here. It's been a pretty fun stream. Obviously, we had a lot of information drop in this episode. A lot of information. So, yeah, it was a fun one to discuss today. So, anywho. What's up, Evie? But yeah, we're gonna wrap things up here, so we're going to end the poll. We ended up getting 17 votes. And 9-10, or 10-9, whatever you want to say it is, won the poll. So, how about we give the episode a 9 out of 10? Sound good, y'all? It was a good one. I liked it. It's my favorite one of the Rayquaza Horizon arc so far. So, I think that's an appropriate rating for this episode. But, hey Kevin, what's up? Showing up at the last minute. You're fine. You're just getting ready to wrap things up, but I'll give you another minute here just because I'd like to hear your thoughts about this episode if you have any. Yeah, I'll let you speak your thoughts. I want to ask, how many more arcs do you think we'll get? It's hard to say. I'm thinking we're gonna maybe give it like maybe 2 more arcs, maybe. But at the same time, by the time we get done with this arc, we'll probably have all the heroes. So like, I don't know. It's hard to say. Give it a 10 out of 10. Nice. So yeah, that's my current prediction. It's probably 2 more arcs. But then again, I feel like after you get Rayquaza, you feel like we do a Rakua arc or whatever. Or something like that. But yeah, I'd say maybe 1 or 2 more arcs would be my immediate guess. Hope we at least go to the Blueberry Academy or something. Wonder how they will handle Rayquaza. I'm not sure. I feel like they're kind of building up to like some big final battle with Rayquaza. I didn't watch, but I know just because I watched the dub, I just stay updated. I wasn't surprised. I expected Liko's family to be related to Lucius. Yep, I think we all did. Pretty much ever since we saw Lucius, we're like, yep, Liko's related. But yeah, it was pretty obvious, but like some of the other stuff is pretty interesting too, so just keep in mind next week's episode is going to be a very important episode, so I would at least try to see what's about to happen in the episode, because it's going to be a big one. It'd been nice if Diana, Squawkabilly, and Hatterham had a battle. Wouldn't that be interesting? I know it's a little bit of a nitpick, but like I liked how like she's like, oh, your Pokemon have gotten stronger, and it's like, oh, Spiridio evolved into Floragato, and Fuecoco evolved into Crocolar, and Quaxley into Quaxwell, but like it's like, but what about your other Pokemon? Wattrel, Kilowattrel, Hatena, Hatterham, Tinkaton, or Tough, excuse me. Backstory time, I think. Yep. I know they had a Jamalot in. Yeah. I was gonna say, having the battle and then all that information dumped on us. Quite a lot going on in the episode. Will Diana be in the next episode too? I would assume so. Because we're still at the Crystal Pool, so she's probably at least sticking around for at least one more episode, I'd say. It'd be kind of weird if, like, she was here at the end of this episode and she kind of just, you know, disappeared off screen. Final episodes of Gleam of Terror Epic was just released and it was good. You were right. The Meiji episodes was pretty good. Yeah, I told you. For a gag episode, it was really well done. And we're going to be getting more development for the old man, too. Actual development, too, so. Elephant transformation. I love that the end Ludo had back problems. Yep. He used a little bit too much of his Mighty G form. So now he's feeling the recoil. I'm still not a Ludo fan though. I mean, yeah, I mean for the most part he's kind of just a background character. But like at least, you know, gotta like showcase him. And like that's why I'm like glad we're getting an episode with him. The Oinkalege episode was 11 out of 10. Mhm. So was the cap with Brambleghast? Episode 11 out of 10. I haven't watched the dub recently. Okay. Anything else? I kind of extended it a little bit here. I wonder what Gibeon did in the episode. And in this episode? Or like the next episode? Okay. We'll be finding that out. I guess we'll learn what happened between the three of them, so that's cool. The mystery behind all this is going to be revealed. But yeah, I know we were going to end here like about 10-ish minutes ago, but I extended it a little bit here. But since we're in kind of overtime now, anything else before we get going here? That'll be cool. Yep. I'm glad they will be going to Johto. Hope they will stay for a few episodes. I feel they are almost have all 6 heroes. I'm afraid there's only going to be one arc left. Like I said, seems like we're going for Entei pretty quickly after this, what we're doing right now. So, I'd say we probably should have, we might have all 6 heroes by the end of it. Sorry, I'm good. Let you go. Sorry for the late arrival. No, you're good. You're good. You're good, man. I know it was just funny because like here I am like wrapping things up and you showed up. It was just funny, but I'm not gonna leave you hanging. If you show up here, I'm not gonna just sit here and be like, oh well, done. I'll hang out for a little bit longer. But yeah, you're good. You're good. Just be on the lookout for the next one because next week's one is gonna be another big stream. So yeah. Anywho, I already ended the poll. So, again, we rated the episode 9 out of 10. So, solid episode. I think that best episode of the Rayquaza Rising arc, and potentially next week's episode might even be even better. Since we're going to be learning some more about the 3 explorers. So, that's good. So, yeah. Anywho, guys, I will let you know this. I think I mentioned this earlier, and I mentioned this in when I put out my schedule for the week. Today we are doing 2 streams. Obviously, I have this stream, so this is stream 1 of the day. But later today, we are going to be doing Super Mario Party Jamboree. I'll be with my friends. They will be joining. It'll be another chaotic stream. So, if you want to see some Mario Party action and funny moments, feel free to join if you have time. As for next week, we'll be doing Genshin on Monday since I delayed that one from this week to next week. So we'll be doing that. And I'm not sure because next week's a holiday week, so we might be mostly taking a break next week. So we'll see. I think I'll be gone in stream because of school. Okay, you're fine. You're good. No pressure. Just hang out when you can. Anyways, guys, they'll wrap up the stream here. So if you are still here, thank you so much for joining. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, the rest of the weekend. With Thanksgiving coming up, if you celebrate, have a happy Thanksgiving. And yeah, I'll see you all later.
Bye.